Tentatively back online. Tentatively. Looks like we're in the clear for now. Oh crap. I didn't think he would die so quickly. Where's a good place to feign death? I have no idea. I guess now is as good a place as any. Ooh, I guess this isn't as good as I thought. Okay. Well. Whatever. Let's reload this page. Reload this one too. Do I have a dot that's dealing damage to me? I do, but there's so many enemies. I don't really have food on me. What happened to your internet? I don't know, my internet's just not working very goodly today. Damn it. I thought there wasn't auto crits on sits anymore. Stop dodging this! Holy crap, that was 3 misses in a row. Alright, I can feign death. Let me bring my pet back alive. I should have the mana for that. Hi, hello. Hopefully my internet doesn't keep shitting out on me today. I don't know what's wrong with it. There should be nothing wrong with it. It's probably a service problem. Did he kill him? Wretched lost one. Okay, time to attempt to eat for the 3rd time since I got back up. I see you've leveled up. Yes, yes. More like I forgot to update the stream title when I first went live. A tweet would have been nice. We were worried sick. I was on Twitter. I definitely tweeted to my Yu-Gi-Oh channel when I went live. When I went down. But that was after I got my stuff back. Whew. Going through all of the scenarios. Yeah, I'll do that next time. I wasn't expecting the internet to go down, you know? It might go down again. Whatever the case, I don't have very much time left streaming anyway. Alright. Legit hero, it has been almost a year since Classic Gaming reached 60. August 26th is when it'll officially been a year. It's been a whole year already? Whoa, time flies fast. I took like a 6-month break to farm gold. You can't blame me for that. He wouldn't be the slowest leveler without at least 5 timeouts. What? Hello, you are not the slowest. I'm the slowest. I still haven't reached max level. And I've been playing every day since the launch of the expansion. In Shadowlands, will it be 7 million, 10 million? It will go for gold cap, whatever that is. Did this thing just spawn on top of me? Oh boy. What race has the worst customizations in your opinion? I have no idea. I hit the random button when I'm customizing my characters. Here, you should try to get 60 on WoW Classic 1 year's anniversary. All of this right, I don't think you'll be able to unless you play a fair bit. Like, I think it's level 48. This is the halfway point. Time-wise, and you're only at level 52. I can level to 60 in, like, an afternoon. It's super easy. I just choose not to. Because I want to make this a challenge for myself. Hi, hello there. Do you enjoy Hunter and Classic? It's alright. I vastly enjoy Hunters from TBC and Wrath. They're a lot more fun. They're more like fleshed out and they have more options to them. Classic Hunter is kind of bare bones, and we're playing the balanced version of them, which is a shame. I'd rather play the unbalanced version of Hunters where the pets all had special abilities. Sounds like the opposite of a challenge. It is a challenge in a sense. I have 1 day /played at level 31. Remember back at the launch I finished leveling like 9 days /played, though that was a PvP server. Yeal. Man, I remember when Classic first launched, everybody would give me shit every stream about playing on a PvE server. And then once Phase 2 launched, like literally as soon as Phase 2 launched, I stopped getting a single complaint. Used to be every stream people would constantly make fun of me for playing on a PvE server, and I'd always tell them, you guys are dumb for playing on a PvP server. And then as soon as Phase 2 hit, all of the complaining stopped. And everyone was like, oh, you were right this whole time, Hiru-senpai. I'm sorry I doubted you. And I simply just nodded. It's like, you were not informed, my children. I am merely the prophet. I do what is best, and yet people will not always agree with you. They will tell you you are wrong, but you will know in your heart that they are all dumb. Why'd you go for the bird? Because he can keep AoE threat. It's really nice. As long as you don't attack things, his little screech thing will passively pull aggro. So like if you're being attacked by stuff, all you do is just run up to your pet and he'll just passively pull aggro as long as you don't damage them. Or heal. Prophet, can you tell me why my pee smells differently? Well, really shouldn't be smelling it. That'd be my first advice. The wet ass P word. Yep. What is it about Lillian Voss that, let's say, captivates you? I don't know. People are the ones who say I like Lillian Voss. I wouldn't really agree with it. She just happens to come up in a lot of the lists I do. Hiruma, how tall are you? I'm 5'6". I'm short. PvP servers are trash. Man, this is what I told people all the time. No one believed me. I feel vindicated. Just like my video. I made a video called like top 10 improvements they've made since Classic WoW. And it's still sitting at like a 50% dislike ratio. Like it was not well received at all. But I'm sure if I released it today, it would be a lot more positively received. People got to see for themselves, like, hey, the improvements they've made, you know, they were done for a reason. Because back then, everything was like, you know, Classic WoW, everything about it was, you could not make fun of it. Like, it was nose goes. If you said anything negative about vanilla versions of WoW, you would get a lot of hate from the very passionate community of private server players who like to think they're superior to retail WoW players. What up, virgin? What up? Why is P white? It shouldn't be. Why do you zoom in so far? Because it makes for better footage. If I play like this, this is really garbage footage. It's more efficient to play this way. Sure. Definitely. 100%. Doesn't look good in videos, though. This looks better in videos. And I use stream footage in videos very regularly. I basically customize my UI for video making. Retail is harder than private servers. It is. Man, I can't believe, like, some of the stories I hear of Classic. People, like, there isn't really a hard mode to raids. Like, there was only one mode to raiding, and everyone was just kind of bad at the game. And then when they created other modes of it, you know, they were able to scale the difficulty better so that casual people could clear raids and other people could, and then they kept adding more and more raid modes because it actually got people to do raids. And it made it more accessible, which was a good thing. And I always saw people, I think I still see people do this, like complain about the different modes of raiding. And Classic WoW is a really good indicator of why we have so many different modes. Because, like, if you only have one mode and that mode just happens to be, like, heroic mode, then people are going to clear it very easily, and then they'll just find a different way to have challenging content. And even then, they'll still min-max to the point where it's ridiculous. Neff and Cthulhu went down in less than an hour each day in the raid launch. KT will be the same, although maybe like 2 to 3 hours because the raid is much longer. Maybe. They're all about, like, speed running it at this point. Classic WoW raiding is speed running. It's not really the same thing as a retail WoW thing. And I really know that's not really like Classic WoW's fault. It's more of the fact that we already know all the boss fights. If we had, like, the systems of Classic and they created new raids, that would be interesting. But the fact that we're just doing old ones that people already know, the knowledge gives you so much more of an advantage. Most people will not even clear AQ. 20 to 30 people. You know how many people clear mythic raids? About 1 to 2%. Like 20 to 30 people, that's 10 times more. It is way easier. Way easier. Nope, there's no hard mode in raiding, plus new raids means new mechanical bosses, learning, more bugs. TBC was released too early. TBC kind of had like some soft time gating to it. Where like, they released a whole bunch of raids at the start. But they required attunements to get inside of. And the attunements required you to clear like the previous raids. So they made the previous raids impossible to complete. So that you couldn't do the new raids. And then eventually, when they thought it was time for people to do them, they nerfed them all at the same time. The thing I love about Classic is that in retail, when a perp drop, it's like meh, but in Classic, when a purple drop, it's like, oh boy. Yeah, I guess. That is true. I do get way more excited getting a purple in Classic. It's kind of like, you know, the contrast. Because getting gear is difficult, it feels better when you do get it. But if they try to reduce the amount of gear you get in retail, people complain like crazy. Let me know if you want a Healthstone. Nah, I'm good. I don't need a Healthstone. Healthstone, what am I going to do with that? Eat a Healthstone? Let's see, I don't need to farm these dudes anymore. No raiding in hard mode. Is it worth having a mode for 4% of people, though? Yeah, it gives you something to strive for. Like, that is very important. I remember watching this thing on Path of Exile. And they basically have, like, this really hard mode in Path of Exile, which only, like, the top 5% of players can even accomplish. But the fact that it's there gives more meaning to, like, the lower modes. Like, people are very excited to see the high progressors, you know, progress on the hardest level of content, even if they'll never actually do it themselves. Because they can always do it if they want. Like, it's a goal they can do, even if they never do it. And the fact that it exists, like, gives everything else they do more meaning. Like, you can go out and try to increase the power level of your character, and, like, what's the point in doing it if the raids are super easy? It's like, I can increase the power of my character all I want, but, you know, what's the point if we can already clear Ragnaros in, like, 30 minutes? But if there exists a hard mode that's, like, out of reach, there's always that thing in the back of your mind that's telling you, like, you know, I increase the power of my character, I could probably go do those mythics now. Or I could probably go do that super hardcore thing if I wanted. You know, maybe I'll do it. It, like, just gives more meaning to the power increases of your character, even if you never do it. Like, the psychological thing gets people to enjoy playing the game more. Here, what happened earlier, we were so worried, my internet just went down. My internet's been kind of spotty today. I don't know why. Because I pay for really good internet, and I have a hardwired connection. It's probably like a connection issue. Probably like a internet service provider thing. Whew. Raids are easy because we're basically playing the pre-patch, if I remember correctly. Yep, that's definitely a part of it. I would much rather play a good version. Can I revive my pet in combat? I've never actually tried this before. Oh, he comes up back with 1,000 HP. That's not half bad. Go get him, Accelerator. Damn it! Killed me. Why don't you just buy runs? Because that's dumb. I mean, at this point, as someone actually raiding, I get purples all the time that are of course you feel great getting upgrades, but that's the same on live. Yep. Like, you know, at a certain point, once you actually get into the end game and you have all the upgrades and you have a full set of equipment, you know, you'll start going and doing farm content. And once you have stuff on farm and you already have all the upgrades you want, then getting purples feel exactly the same as on live. It's like, I guess I got another one. Neat. Neato. There is a difference to the gearing system, though, so it's not, like, that simple. Like, gearing is a completely different beast from vanilla to live. It's the 5Gs. I thought 5Gs is what caused the Rona. What's next? Villain's Corner? I want to do it on Gul'dan. I gotta res my pet again, don't I? No, he's not dead. Neat. Let's feed him some zesty clam meat. There we go. And then I will eat and drink. Have you ever played FFXIV? Nope. What server are you on? Atiesh. I would like Lex Villain's Corner to be on the Scarlet Crusade if it's not done already. That would be a good idea. So it's minimal changes, locked everything else to phases. I just want the unnerfed version of pets. I want to be able to go tame Broken Tooth and have a super fast attacking pet. I want to tame that Shadow Wolf and have shadow damage on my pet. That's what I want to do, but it's not available to me. And I am very upset that I don't get to do that. I understand, though, it was broken. But I don't care. I wanted to do that. Boop. Accelerator finally pulled threat. Damn. Let's see. For someone thinking about getting into WoW, what would you suggest? WoW or Modern? Ooh, I would suggest playing Classic until you get bored of it, and then playing Modern. Because it'll give you such an appreciation for all of the changes that have been made to the game over the years. You'll play Classic, it's fun in like the early couple of levels, but eventually you'll get to a point where it's just tedious. And then you swap over to Retail and you're like, whoa. Everything is so much more convenient. What is your gear so far? You should check out this bow I have. It's called Hurricane. It is super good. It's the best bow in the game. And I bought it with the measly price of 80 gold. Wow, look at all those parries. 3 misses in a row. Oh my god, that's annoying. Oh, I got a new item. Oh, that's a lot of agility. The spirit will be nice for out of combat stuff. The gates of AQ are open on your server? I don't think they are. Your personal opinions, thoughts, and concerns about the Scourge Invasion pre-patch? I think it's great, and I hope Blizzard ignores all the naysayers. But honestly, a lot of the bad things that have happened to the games over the years is because Blizzard has listened to their player base. As ironic as that may sound. Blizzard does listen to what the players want. Sometimes it's not for the better, though. And this is one thing where I hope Blizzard ignores them, because there's a lot of people complaining about it right now. Wow, that hurt. Any lore expert can explain why the Scarlet Crusade turned so evil when they were once noble paladins? Yeah, because Dreadlords took over and corrupted them. It's really that simple. And will you do retail streaming? Because I would love to do M+ raid with you again. I don't know. I really do want to do Mythic Plus. Like, the fixes we have this week are so good for healing. Like, I was doing plus 13s and 14s and it was super easy. I was like, wow, if there was ever a week for me to get my plus 15s done, this would be the week. So I tried doing a couple of them and then my hands started hurting really bad, so I had to stop. And I was like, all right, even if this is a great week to knock them all out, I'm still limited by the fact that my IO score is low. And I can only play for a couple of hours a day. Which was a shame. I would like to do that during Fridays, but I also want to hit level 60. And I think that's probably a priority since I'm on a time limit. Since I'm trying to hit 60 before the AQ event opens on this server. Except for Azerite gear. What about Azerite gear? Here, you should stream the P-patch for a bit before you go off and do some zombie killing. I already did that for footage. There's no need to do it. Like, you turn into a zombie and you kill things. It's, pretty bare bones. It means a lot more, like, if you're able to do it in order to make people angry. Blizzard likes to make up fake issues that people complain about just so they can create additional systems and give the impression of character compression even after they've removed. I mean, like, people complain about literally everything, so they don't really have to make anything up. Like, if Blizzard does anything, people are going to complain about it, no matter what. So they always have a case to be made for, like, people wanted this. So here you go. Because people always ask for stupid shit. It's more like, hopefully people don't complain en masse like they did about Shadow Priests. Like, they complained like crazy about Shadow Priest stuff, and then they changed it. And they got rid of what made Shadow Priest unique. However, the changes they made were really good. Like, they totally destroyed Void Form in its intended form, but the changes they made are kind of, like, a little broken. If they're gonna make changes, this is a really good way to do it. Shadow Priest is strong though. I miss my original Void Form. Yeah, like, the changes are, like, really good. To the point where I'm sure they're gonna nerf something about it. Are you leveling to 60 to get some gameplay of the 10-hour war? Funny thing is, I already have gameplay of it. Like, they did a pre-patch version of it in order to test it on, whatchamacallit, a classic WoW PTR. So I hopped onto that PTR and I got the footage there. So I'm good to go, honestly. I would like to get a live version of the footage as well. But I don't actually need it, because PTRs are great. I love PTRs. I download all of them because it's such a good way to get footage. Especially the ones that allow you to create instant max levels. It's a good way to get footage of characters you don't really play very much. Like, I'm so glad I got footage of every class in Shadowlands Alpha before they removed the max level character creation. That was a good move on Past Me. Good job, Past Hero. Getting all that footage you didn't need, because now you can't get it. Stupid shit is the top of any too much players lists. What? 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 Shadow Priest and BFA, I hated it. I had to switch my class. It was a lot better with essences. I'll give you that. Yeah, that's true at this point. The forums are interesting to say and see what people dislike / moan about. Like, it's pretty simple. If Blizzard does a thing, people will complain about it. Like, that sounds like hyperbole. Like, hyperbole. That's too, exaggerated, but it's not, like, at all. Like, if you just pay attention to the forums or Reddit long enough, like, consistently, you'll start seeing that people complain about everything. And that there's no way you can possibly listen to everyone's complaints, because they're so contradictory. I remember seeing a whole post yesterday on Reddit about people complaining about them adding Hunter's Mark back to the game. It's like, dude, do you have any idea how much people complained when they removed it in the first place? I'm smart, you're dumb. It's real easy to get into that mindset too. You know, just because people complain about it doesn't mean they don't have a point too. I should reiterate that. Or just because someone has a minority opinion on something doesn't mean their opinion's less valid. I will say though, that people complain about everything. So just because people are complaining about it doesn't itself make a very compelling reason. I never understood Shadow, yet they use the Void. Wouldn't it help if they made changes more towards Shadow? The Void is Shadow, basically. My main is a Shadow Priest, Void Elf, and the racials help. Racials only account for like a 1% difference in DPS. They can't really help that much. Damn it, I wasn't able to kill him before he killed my pet. I'm sorry, Accelerator. I tried my best. I'm just a failure. Ha! This is what it's like to play WoW. It's like playing real life. Like Diablo on mobile. I bought an iPad so I could play Diablo Immortal. I'm part of the target audience. I love Diablo, and I like mobile games. Redditors are a mistake. The WoW subreddit should be taken with a huge grain of salt. It's hilariously negative. If you got your sole opinions on the game from just the subreddit, you would think everybody hates the game and why is anyone playing it? Ah! Fine by me. Oh. I need someone to sell my gear to. Vendors... Any... Return to Orgrimmar? I ain't returning to Orgrimmar, you crazy. Don't tell me to return to Orgrimmar. Stupid Zygor. I know where the thing is at. Think the world would be a better place without these mobile games? No. The world would probably be a better place if people would just give them a shot and see why people like to play mobile games. There's too many people who play like PC games primarily who just inherently look down on mobile games without giving them a shot. Yeah, free leather. Name the pet Harpy Lady. I can't rename them in Classic. You need an item for that, and the item wasn't introduced until Cataclysm. I'd have to get a new pet. Here's your problem, Reddit. Hey, Reddit has lots of good memes. Okay. WoW subreddit is literally dedicated a day to crying like children about things they don't like in all caps, as opposed to the rest of the week where they do it with no caps. I mean, like, is there anything that's really better, though? Like, MMO Champ is probably a worse cesspool. And the official WoW forums, like, nothing's worse than that. Like, they're all bad. All of the big places where you get WoW news. Out of all of them, I don't know. They're all bad. Is there anything really to gain to say which one is the least worst? That's like comparing different kinds of flavor of garbage. It's like, well, this garbage only gives you diarrhea. This one poisons you. And this one gives you like food poisoning and explosive diarrhea. You know, they're all bad for you, but one of them is definitely not as bad. I get Shadowland news from your Discord. Checkmate. Oh yeah, that's true. All the Reddit memes were stolen. Yeah, but like, you know, if you're on Reddit, you don't have to go to 4chan, which is better. And prequel memes. Well, new spoiled the game, to be honest. You're not excited for any more that comes. Like, you can definitely ignore the news. I used to do that, and I'd be surprised by all of the new things I found out. And that is my preferred way to play the game. It's just making videos about it. I kind of have to do these things beforehand. So when it actually does come out, it's like, yawn, I've already done all these quests 5 times already. It really ruins the excitement when you've done them. I was able to not do any... No, I did BFA stuff too. I've basically ruined every expansion for myself since Warlords of Draenor. I enjoyed the podcast you did with the Marcelonian. Man, that's too many syllables. How do you pronounce that? That was a good time. Those were some good dudes, and they make some good quality videos. Can't believe I had only vaguely heard of them until they asked me to go on the podcast. Oh yeah, someone asked me before the stream went down because of my internet, and asked, have you ever been asked to be on Allcraft? The answer to that is no. Generally, people don't ask me to be on podcasts, because I am not popular. The kind of content I make doesn't really invite people to want to associate with the person behind the content, because it's generally looked down upon to make top 10 videos. And I don't exactly put a whole bunch of personality into them either. They're very fact-based, very little opinion. Which doesn't mean, which doesn't do well for like popularity-based things, where people want you to be in their videos as collaborations or podcasts. It still happens, but it doesn't happen anywhere near as much as other people whose brands are based on their personality, like most of the other WoW YouTubers, actually. Like Hazel Nutty Games, for example. She's constantly asked to be on stuff. Taliesin and Avatel, I'd be surprised if they weren't constantly asked to be on things. But it's super rare. Like, so rare that basically every time someone asks, I always say yes. So every single time I've been in someone's like podcast or something, that has been the amount of times that I've been asked, essentially. Oh yeah, forgot about Taliesin. Yeah, they're great people. I met them at BlizzCon. In the press section. Ooh, man, like, that's crazy. WoW popularity. I remember I was watching this video about like the My Little Pony fandom, and how one of these YouTubers used to be really big into the My Little Pony community, so when they went to conventions, they would constantly get stopped and talked to about autographs and everything. Because, you know, they're basically celebrities in these things. And she's like, man, when I went to like the green rooms, there would be all these YouTubers, you'd be like, gosh, I can't believe I can't go anywhere without fans swarming me. You know, and she'd think that's hilarious that these people who are ignored every other day of the year are getting all this attention for one day at a special event, and then they're acting like they're Madonnas. And I was like, oh, that's so hilarious. Because, like, that's the same thing that happens at BlizzCon for sure, for the YouTubers. However, none of the YouTubers I know act like that in the green rooms. They're all just super happy that fans notice them or are talking to them. They're all just like super nice and genuine people. Like they, Taliesin and Hazel, like those are the two I met or know the most. Like, if you walk with them, they're constantly getting swarmed by people. Like, they're super celebrities at events like BlizzCon. And I can tell you for sure, no one's stopping me. No one knows who I am. I don't show my face. So I get to walk around like anyone else. And I remember when I was walking with Hazel for like 10 minutes, because we were going to hang out. She constantly got stopped by fans the entire time. And none of the people who like stopped her to take pictures and everything like had any idea who I was. I didn't tell them either, because that's really cringe. But I was like, holy crap. How do you even get anywhere being stopped all the time like this? That must be awesome. I kind of want this too. How could I get this same thing? And I came to the realization I'd have to show my face in videos. I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to start showing myself in videos just so I can get noticed at BlizzCon one day a year. That's stupid. Your voice is pretty noticeable. Like, it's really loud in BlizzCon. You can't really hear things. And like, it'd be really weird. It's not really something that happens very often, just noticing someone based on their voice. Like, if you tell them, like, hey, this is who I am, and then they hear your voice, and then they might recognize, like, oh, okay. But, like, yeah, no one's going to pick you out just based on your voice. You'll bring all the unwanted attention, too. No, unwanted attention sounds fun. Like, that seemed like a great time. It made me seriously consider, I was like, man, if I just showed myself in videos, I could get this same amount of unwanted attention. I'm a total narcissist. I love that attention. But even I am not, like, petty enough to start showing my face just to get attention at BlizzCon. That's really dumb. Like, Nixium gets picked on a lot. Well, I mean, people are mean to me without knowing what I look like. It wouldn't really change very much. Like, you know, part of the reason I don't show myself is because I'm not good looking. It wouldn't add anything to the videos. If anything, it would kind of detract from it a little bit. It's much better if you guys just imagine a better version of myself in your head. Right now I'm looking for arrows and I can't find any. So I might need to go back to Orgrimmar. Because I'm really fucking low. Go to the Blasted Lands. I really need some arrows. Vendors. Fly to Kargath? Okay. Okay, let's fly to Kargath. Here, if some advertiser showed you big money to show your face, would you do it? I know I would. Raycon, like, part of the requirements was to show yourselves wearing the headphones. And I was like, man, if they ask me to do that, I will, because they're paying me a lot of money. But I'm not going to do it, and I'm just going to see if they say anything about it. And they didn't. So I was like, oof, dodged a bullet there. Here's the show's face. It's fun to spectate how he looks. I've imagined in my head that I assume is 80% accurate. I can assure you I look like 10 times worse than what you're imagining. Like, you know, if I was good looking, if I had looks like Bellurar or Taliesin, those are two good looking folks, I would definitely show myself in videos. It would only add to the channel. And like, studies have shown that adding your face to thumbnails increases the amount of click rate. It's really dumb, but it works. And I would totally do it, because like the numbers are there. It's been proven to work. It's just like, you know, I don't have good looks. So I don't. Wait, Bellier is good looking? I mean, he's no model, but he's definitely got a nice looking face. He's one rough looking boy. You know, comparing him to Taliesin is a little bit unfair, I guess, because Taliesin, he's really good looking. And then you have Bellurar, who's definitely a good looking bloke, but not on the same tier, I guess. Are you bald? No offense, I am balding. That's true. I'll have to like shave my head in a couple of years, if not now. Otherwise I'm gonna have that bald thing. I'm already like thinning really badly. You probably look like a 9 out of 10 just oblivious? No. No. Not true at all. I'm envisioning a Brad Pitt-esque stud. No, like, part of the reason I say I look really bad is because when you do see me in real life, you'll be like, hey, you don't look that bad. You know, if you lower their expectations to the ground, they can only have a positive opinion of you if you look normal. I find extremely unattractive. There are some objective beauty standards that go off of, like, based on the rest of the world. But individually, yeah, there are people who definitely have tastes and preferences. Where someone who's probably conventionally unattractive would be like the most attractive person to someone else. That's not what I'm really going for. Because, like, based on those own subjective things, I very much like how I look. Because I'm like a borderline narcissist. I like everything about myself. Like, there's no self-hate when it comes to how I look. But when going on conventional beauty standards, yeah, I'm not good looking at all based on those. Doesn't mean I don't like myself. I like myself a little bit too much. Like, you know, I'm not gay, but if I could clone myself, that would probably be my perfect partner. Maybe you lack self-esteem? No, I don't lack self-esteem at all. You're not allowed to say anything bad about your looks without someone thinking you have low self-esteem. He has a beard. He's God of War. He knew he was muscular. I shave my beard regularly because it's gross. Do you have a beard? Your voice kind of sounds like you do. I do grow one really fast, and I don't like it because beards are itchy and nasty. I'm not gay, but if I had a clone of myself... Well, good for you. We first judge you on your voice, and your voice is convincing. You've all been tricked. Forgot how boring classic questing is. Yeah. It's not the most exciting thing in the world. It is fun for a bit. Ooh, is this a quest I can turn in?
Hello.
Whoa, I wasn't expecting to have a quest. I don't know how the hell I had one. Who the heck is sending me over here? Why are there so many quests available? Okay, so it sent me over here to buy arrows. Jagged arrows, are those the ones I use? Yes. Watching League of Legends videos and now I'm here. Oh, it's doing that thing where it recommends you. Honestly, I'm at my stream time. So I'm probably going to head off after I head back to the Swamp of Sorrows. I'm not gay, but 20 bucks is 20 bucks. No, it's not like that. It's more like, you know, I just love myself so much that if I had a clone, you know.
What do you need?
Like, my problems aren't in self-esteem. If anything, I have too much of it. But there are conventional beauty standards. In applying myself to them, I don't measure up. Here's got figured out narcissists are the true beauty queens. It's all in the mind. Yeah, but I'd rather everyone else see me how I see myself. You know, you can't really be delusional and expect everyone to have the same mindset as you. I'm 18, I can barely grow out a near blonde Viking beard, but I haven't since I don't feel mature enough for a beard. And beards are gross. I don't know why anyone would want one. What add-on is that for your quests? That's Zygor. Sodapalm would disagree. He loves questing. Questing's alright. Questing in vanilla WoW is it's a mixed bag. All of the quests take way too long to complete. You know what's funny? I don't even play WoW, but I enjoy your content. Once I play WoW, do you think I should play Horde or Alliance? Play whichever faction you think has the most fun racials or looks the best. It doesn't really matter which side you play, to be honest. They're both the same. And you can always race change later. All of the racials are balanced to be within about 1% of each other, so just pick whichever ones you think looks the coolest. I asked this in your comments in the last video, sorry about asking, but do you have a Discord? I do have a Discord. It should link every like 15 minutes in chat. I'll also put a link to it. Come on, being delusional is fun. No, if you're delusional, then you'll never be able to like do things. It's nice to have a firm grasp on reality so that you can navigate the world better. Like if I was delusional, you know, I'd show myself in all my videos and that wouldn't have done well. And it would have definitely have hurt the brand of my channel. Mustaches are where it's at. Mustaches are gross too. I mean, if you like mustaches or beards, you know, all power to you. When I say they're gross and everything, subjectivity is implied. As in, I don't like them on myself. I wanted to see if you were on Bigglesworth so I could give you gold. Heck yeah, I quit Classic a while ago. I'm not, unfortunately. I am always open to getting free gold, though. So far, no one has ever given me any. I go straight out of intense Subnautica videos. I stopped Classic last year, got bored of raid logging. Yeah, raid logging is not very fun. It's more fun when you actually do other things in the game besides raiding. Like, raiding is fun, but only doing raiding could really sour your opinion on the game. But you try Burning Crusade if it comes out later, I am way more interested in a Burning Crusade version of the game. White people and mustaches don't mix. I've never heard that before. I kind of am picturing his face. I love my beard, but I'm over 40 and overweight, so it doesn't look good on me now compared to when I was young and buff. I mean, there are some people who can pull off a good-looking beard. Generally, though, beards are very uncomfortable to have yourself. And they're itchy, and they're hot. And you get food stuck in them. And I don't understand why people put up with that. Especially when, you know, it takes a very particular kind of body and shape in order to make a beard look good. Most of the time, it just kind of makes you look like a neck beard. It's kind of like, you know, glasses. Like, glasses are a great accessory to your look. They can make you look better if you're of a certain level of attractiveness. If you're not, then they just make you, they have the opposite effect, and they kind of bring down your looks a little bit. Beards are kind of the same way. Like, they can be pulled off, and they can add to your appeal, but only if you're at a certain level of attractiveness. Otherwise, you know, they kind of aren't as bad as glasses, though. I would say they probably go neutral more often than not, where it doesn't really improve or, you know, make your looks go down, but it can definitely go south. Like, you know, have you ever seen teenagers with that really wispy, thin beard they don't shave because they want a mustache? That doesn't look good, and definitely brings down their looks. Or like, if you're really overweight and you have a neck beard, that doesn't look very good. Funny thing is about the wispy beard, like my, well, he watches my streams sometimes, so I'm not gonna say. How do you gain experience speaking slow and calmly? Really admire that about you. Lots of years of practice. Watch some of my earlier videos and you'll see how bad my voice used to be. Why do I get your stream recommended? I mean, I watch basically all your WoW videos, although I don't play at the moment, not subscribed to individual viewers that much. You already get recommended. I don't know. YouTube sometimes recommends my streams. I don't know why they do it. And it's not consistent. It's really random. I'm about to end my stream now, though. So, goodbye, everyone. I'll see you all next week. Next Friday, when I do my normal streams.